Ladies and gentlemen, strap in because today we are doing a wild speculation video on Act 5. I believe that this week, or maybe next week, but I'm pretty sure it's this week, Act 5 is going to be announced. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I've got some compelling evidence and reasons why I believe Act 5 is going to be very shortly be announced, and also who the final boss is going to be for Act 5, who's the big bad guy, and if the gauntlet didn't give it away, guys, it is probably going to be, and this is a spoiler alert, the Infinity version of Thanos, which hopefully is going to bring a totally new character with new animations and all sorts of cool new, tricks to him. Because the one at the moment, everybody's made that Thanos their bitch. He's been in the game for, just under 2 years now. Now, what I'm kind of led to believe, right? So let's have a look at the at some of the launch dates. So the game launched in December 10th, 2014, and the game launched with the first 3 acts, so Act 1, 2, and 3. And then on the 1st of October in 2015, so this was about a year and what was it? About a year and a month and a half ago. So it's been 13 and a half months since like any new chapter has been announced, and Act 4 was actually released over, I believe it was 5 months in total. They said they were going to do 1 chapter a month. Again, guys, I only started playing in March this year, so I'm a little bit behind, and I wasn't here for the release of Act 4, but it was released one was released in October, one was released in November, one was released in December, and these are the chapters of the act, and the final one, I believe, was delayed till February, but then was released then. So I think it's pretty likely it has been 13, almost coming up to 14 months now since a new act has been announced or released, and I think it's pretty likely, because this only came out about 10 months after the launch of the game, that we're going to see it soon. And I feel like, especially when it comes to Infinity version of Thanos, I don't think they're going to use that boss, because it is such a huge boss in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, to use in like a monthly quest. To me, that wouldn't really make too much sense, and I feel like around Christmas, we're going to see quite a wacky or goofy event with like Howard the Duck and possibly like Angela or some other quite obscure hero added to the game with that. But I believe as well, we are going to see Act 5. Now, what is Act 5 going to bring to the game, and what's it going to do for the game? So at the moment, in terms of like ranking up champions, you've got your 5-star champions, right? And there's a bit of a threshold. You can only get it to rank 4. You actually can't get it to rank 5 at the moment, because you need a component called a tier 5 basic catalyst, and I believe that's probably going to be one of the components that is added with the Act 5 chapter. I feel like as well, one of the things that's going to occur when Act 5 is released is that we're going to start to see a bit more of a shift towards 5-star champions. We have kind of seen it gradually over the last few months. With, for example, the latest Doctor Strange event awards a lot, especially in the Master Rift, a lot of 5-star fragments. And we've just seen kind of 5-star shards and fragments become a bit more, well, a lot more common since when I started playing the game. And stuff like Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst fragments, they are appearing everywhere in like half of the deals on the store. They've now been added to the Master Mode. So we're starting to see, better rewards become a lot more common, and that that's the way that games like this work, is that as soon that there's always a carrot on the stick, an amazing reward, and that's the thing that keeps on playing, it keeps you playing the game. But as soon as you've attained that, which at the moment are the 4-star champions, they want to bring out a more exciting newer reward. So I feel like we're going to see Act 5 announced very soon. I feel like the pool of basic 5 stars is going to be greatly expanded, and I'm excited and a little bit intrigued for that. I'm pretty sure we're going to see that soon. I'm not entirely sure on that. That's just a little bit of a wild theory for me. But I think if they're going to add Act 5, maybe not as soon as I think, to be honest. Maybe not as soon as I think. Maybe I'm overhyping myself. Maybe 4 stars are going to be still quite the common for like another year or so. And I think maybe like in a year and a half, maybe 5 stars might be in the place that 4 stars are now. because in terms of like endgame and getting 5-star champions, you get like a 5-star champion every like 3 or 4 weeks for grinding at the moment. You know, if you're duping characters, I imagine like at the top level where they have all the 4-star champions duped, it's probably a case of them, you know, getting a new 5-star champion every maybe like 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even like 2 weeks in some of the high tier player cases. So it's an interesting direction for the game to take, but what do you guys want to see for Act 5? Personally, I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to bring some nice new challenges, although I'm a little bit concerned because they're, as fun as some aspects of Chapter 4 were, there are a lot of really fun stuff, and a lot of the stuff in Act 4 was, in my opinion, unnecessarily long. Like, the maps were so huge, and I guess it's because I was a returning player going back to that content and grinding it instead of, you know, having like a month to do a full act and then before the next one releases. So I think maybe if they do the same thing with Act 5 and it's really long, maybe it won't feel as bad. But Act 4, I tackled like the whole thing in like a week and it just absolutely killed me. It took me about I think it's somewhere between about 36 and 48 hours to do it all, and it was so long. It was so long, but I don't think the content was intended to be played that way. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Are we going to see Act 5 announcements soon? What stuff would you like to see in Act 5? Do you think Infinity Thanos is going to be the final boss? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Apart from that, guys, thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, feel free to leave a like. Apart from that, take care and have an absolutely fantastic day.